back.
Let me know
Let me
if
know
you
if you
hear me
hear me
repeated
repeated
over and over again,
over and
because I
over
do
again
hear
because I do hear
myself
myself
right now,
right now,
and I gotta get
and I'm
used to
gonna
it.
get used to it.
So,
So,
welcome to Get
welcome to Get
Resourced
Resourced
with Summer
with Summer
Dre,
Dre.
where we chat
We
about
chat
everything
about
about
everything
getting
about
resource
getting
back to
resource back
self,
to self,
source, and
source,
others.
and others.
And we always love to
And we
check
always
in
love
with
to
each
check in
other
with each other
of what's
what's
alive
alive
in you.
in you.
So, Summer, what's alive
Summer,
in
what's
you?
alive in you?
And tender today. Both from a misunderstanding we had and one that I have with my daughter, and they always seem to mirror and overlap each other. So I'm sitting with that. That's what's alive in me. How about you?
In a way,
A way
turning into a
turning
gift.
into a gift.
It usually always does turn into a gift, yes. Hard to see sometimes in the moment, but yeah.
Yeah,
Starting
the
to get a
mirrors.
sense of the mirror, the pattern that makes it more clear for me.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
What's alive?
What's alive in
What's alive in
me?
me?
There's
There's
excitement.
excitement.
I'll be heading out here after our
after our
stream
stream and
away for
away for
2.5 days.
2.5 days.
For the half days
the half
today
days
and Sunday
today and Sunday
for a men's
for a men's
initiation.
initiation.
And so I have
So
some
I have
things to
some
work
things
on
to work
that
on
are
that are
presently in me right now,
and
also
also
feeling
feeling
hurt
hurt
and then
and then
pain about the
about
impact
the
I've
impact
caused
I've caused
on you
on you
with the
with
misunderstanding and unclear
unclear
communication.
communication.
And it happens.
It happens.
Yeah. Teaching conscious communication
and
no communication at times. So just sitting with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm in.
Right. So I thought
Yeah.
we were going to talk about empathy and what empathy is not. I think we
what
see
it
a lot
is and isn't.
Yeah. I think mostly we see what it isn't in the world today, for sure. I think a lot of people are still on that fight, force, or what I call a fight, force, or fix paradigm. Let's fix people. Let's not be with people, and the discomfort it is to truly be in empathy with others. Empathy, pathos, means to be in feeling. And I don't think our culture has taught us how to be in feeling, to be comfortable in our own bodies. And so we all kind of bypass it in a lot of ways. Try to fix it, try to force it, try to numb it, try to avoid it. So what's one way that you think is not empathy, or what you've seen? I know in the men's world, there's a lot of different things and themes and trends that have happened over time. What have you seen?
Hey everyone, thanks for chiming in.
Hello.
Yeah. What empathy isn't.
Empathy isn't.
For me, if I
look
back, it's this being calm. Like what is being calm?
What is being calm?
It is nature, virtue. Being calm is at times a forceful trait. Like I'm wanted to be stoic. Be that lighthouse in a hurricane. No matter what. So I could be agitated, I could be frustrated, annoyed, discombobulated, but no. I'm gonna force myself to be calm. Yeah. And for some reason, the other person can tell that I'm not really calm.
for some reason.
because yeah,
Yeah.
right? Like
Right? Like
this
this
stoic
stoic
face,
face.
I'm good,
I'm good,
but
but
the
the
feedback is
feedback is
I'm not really
I'm not
there.
really
I'm not
there. I'm not
hearing them.
hearing
I
them.
could be I could be repeating back what
repeating
they
back what
said
they said
word for word,
word for word.
but that's coming from
That's coming
this
from this
because I haven't
because I
really
haven't
dropped
really dropped
in
in
into my inner
into my inner
reality, into
reality,
the
into
energy
the
that I
energy
have,
that
that
I
I
have,
carry
that I carry,
to connect with
to
the other
connect with the
person's
other
energy.
person's energy.
Because I'm living up
Because I'm
here,
living up here,
being calm.
being calm.
Let's put on the
Let's
calm
put on
mask.
the calm mask.
Yeah. So that's
So
one
that's
version
one
of it.
version.
Have you
Have you
experienced that before?
experienced that before?
Be on the other side.
On the other side.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's lots of ways. I know in university, I had a friend tell me, what you show on the outside, I don't think is what you're feeling on the inside. And I think many of us have been taught, don't cry or give you something to cry about, or more subtle ways of hinting at, don't express how you truly feel because it makes me feel uncomfortable. And so I think there's some radical shifts happening in the world where we can actually speak what we're sensing and what we're feeling and share it truthfully in the moment without someone else getting offended, without someone else taking it personally. And where we just get to be present with each other, empathy in feeling, empathos, um, and learn what it's like to be human versus trying to be robotic, trying to push ourselves through to go to work 9 to 5, to do things that are often humanly impossible and then that require drugs, or other type of numbing agents to keep us going at that pace. I think with so much burnout, adrenal fatigue, depression, anxiety, it's just rampant. There's comes a breaking point where we're going to be like, wait a sec, we don't operate like this. Let's get back to our true innate operating system. And for me, empathy and that technology that we have inside ourselves helps us regulate. And what's the big thing about nervous system these days and triggers? A lot of people are starting to say, no, nope, that's not it. But returning to that quiet place inside of ourselves, I think, is the next part. What we're protecting underneath. The boundaries that seem obnoxious, those big no's, and maybe the rage that we've felt to come to that spacious spiritual side of us underneath, which I have found to be the most rewarding and the most beautiful with the people that we work with and teach. That's what's alive in me in this moment. What else comes alive in you as I say all that?
What comes alive in me is this idea of,
of
of being in
being
the feeling,
the feeling,
being in my inner
being in my inner
experience as a
experience
way
as a
to
way to
cultivate
cultivate
empathy because
empathy
I'm
because
sharing
I'm
this
sharing
experience
this
with you.
experience
I'm
with
able
you. I'm able
to
to
relate to it
relate to it
experientially. It's more of a
experientially. It's more of a
beingness rather than
beingness
a
rather than a
doingness
doingness
from my
from
head.
my head.
And so what
And
comes
so
to
what
life
comes
for
to
me is
life for me is
I'm afraid to
I'm
feel.
afraid to feel.
There was a
There
period of
was a
time
period of
where
time where
I wasn't
I wasn't
familiar with what
familiar
was
with
going
what was going
on
on
with my inner
with my inner
reality.
reality.
I was
I
told
was
to not
told to
feel.
not feel.
I was told
I was
not to
told not to
cry or
cry
throw a
or
fit,
throw a fit.
that
That
emotions are weak.
emotions are weak.
And that kept
And
me in
that
my
kept me in
head.
my head.
And that
And
I
that
was
I was
rewarded
rewarded
for being
for being
smart,
smart,
for living in
for
my
living
head,
in my head,
for having the
for
right
having the right
answers.
answers.
So
So
it came
it came
naturally to try to
naturally to try
fix
to fix
problems,
problems,
especially in
especially in
relationships.
relationships.
And listening, I'm like, well, you're having an issue. You're in pain. Let me fix this. And I thought I was helping because I was rewarded for that, right? But man, am I ever wrong? You wanna have an experience? Try to give someone unsolicited advice, or try to fix someone, or fix the person you're dating when they're expressing a problem. You'll see what happens. Right. So yeah. So there's a block. And so there's a highway to get to, and they say in men's work, the longest distance a man has to travel is from their head into the heart. So that's what came up for me. And
Yeah.
Travis, yes, you're getting double voice feedback on my end. So thanks for confirming. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Is that your speakers then that you have to turn off or something? Because I think we had that issue before.
Yeah, well, before you were hearing your voice, so I had to change the setting on my end. So my guess is the setting on your end. Yeah.
Wow.
Twice the share. Yeah.
So empathy and what it's not.
I'm gonna go check your settings. So be right back. I'll let you speak.
Yeah, definitely one thing that empathy is not is judgment. And this is such a hard thing to do, is get out of our heads. Because like Andre said, we're always wanting to do things right. In school, it's always about giving the right answer. It's not about being with your classmates. And we're actually discouraged from play. We're discouraged from using our imagination. We're discouraged from being creative. And here's Dre going to fix my settings.
Heard that burp.
Did you change anything? Oh, life as it happens. Yeah, I believe that there's a way that we get to be the more empathic, spiritual beings on Earth. We don't need to be right. There's a way that we can evolve on planet Earth without wars. And I think the new generations, more sensitive creatures that are appearing on the planet, highly sensitive adults, as they might call them, are awakening to us. We used to think abuse used to be physical abuse and swearing and drinking and all of that stuff. But there's more subtle forms of it, the way we speak to each other, the way that we're not able to be present to each other, the busyness we see in our world, the lack of ability just to be, as in ancient cultures, with nature, and the communication of everything around us that informs us of the changing seasons, both in nature, but in our own being and our own body. Someone said in one of our posts in our group today, about raising children as single moms, which was certainly difficult for me, that we end up being those walking ghosts, the hungry ghosts, the zombies, the half alive people who can't be with ourselves, never mind with someone else. And so I think empathy starts with acknowledging how difficult this world is to live in as a human being, and that we're expected to be doings to climb the corporate ladder, to compete, to make money, and all of us living in separate households, struggling on top of each other. It's a they call it a rat race for a reason.
Yeah.
And I for one, don't want to race anybody anymore.
Yeah, the problem with the rat race is if you win the rat race, you're still a rat.
Yeah. Yeah. And we are tested like rats, aren't we? Hurtled into different experiments, lockdowns, shutdowns, political debates. Maybe we don't have to do that anymore.
Check. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There's still some feedback.
Yeah. Still getting double feedback. Travis.
I'll let you lead the way in this one.
Travis, appreciate your feedback. That feedback, literally. Ha ha ha! Twice the share. Maybe if you take your headphones off, Dre. I don't know. It's an interesting thing.
Well, if I take my headphones off, I won't be able to hear you. And yeah.
You think we'd have it figured out by now? Not me, because I'm not a techie person.
I'm gonna tinker. Keep chatting.
Keep chatting.
Love some questions because it's hard for me to chat by myself. What do I want to say about that? I just think we're in a different spiritual age of evolution, that we're growing out of the old ways of being, of course. We're always evolving. That we're learning a way to truly be empathic. A lot of empaths, they say, oh, well, I take on other people's energy. I'm so sensitive. I can't be around people who express their energy. But there's a way to be in feeling without taking on someone's feeling. Energy is always supposed to be in motion. It can run through our bodies without us taking others on. It takes some practice and skill. And the first part is acknowledging how we feel without stuffing it, rationalizing it, people pleasing, all of those types of things. And there's different skills that we're learning. IFS, internal family systems, meditation, yoga, all allows us to be inside our own bodies in a way that allows us to be in feeling empathic to ourselves. As children, we give them timeouts and we send them to be alone. That used to be the old way to deal with their emotions rather than sitting with them to have their temper tantrum or their meltdown or whatever it is. And most of us have just been brought up having adult versions of those temper tantrums, which is, the ghosting, the sulking, the pouting, walking away, or exploding in ways that we didn't realize had been pent up or brought up. There's a lot of people talking about triggers these days. There's a book called Getting to Zero by Jason Gaddis. He talks about the trigger scale from 0 to 10. And some people think they go from 0 to 10. And it certainly looks that way. But the truth is, we never go from 0 to 10. It slowly climbs up until something triggers it. And we don't realize because we haven't been taught to be attuned to ourselves. We have to call in physically sick, typically from work. We don't say, hey, I notice that I'm exhausted. I need to take a few days off. We're really corporate slaves in a lot of ways, having to drive through to be efficient, to reach economies of scale. And I think there's a different way. And Chris brings up living the surrender experience. The flow of life has been moving the years. Who are we to judge? Well, that's a good question. I think the whole experiment, the whole logical linear way of thinking, Newtonian science and the objective observer tells us to judge, to make hypotheses of what we think is happening, which takes us out of being in the moment, doesn't it? We're predicting something in the future. We have to look back on the analysis and the analysis paralysis that takes place afterwards. I mean, it's great if you're producing cupcakes or cars to have quality standards, but it doesn't allow room for growth, for presence, for real time in the moment processing of who human beings truly are, in concert with who knows what the mystical evolution is taking us. But if anything, like the movies like Powder, where we can see and sense each other's inner children, our wounded parts, our past lives, our ancestral patterns, all of the pain that disassociates us from our true wealth of wisdom and knowledge. The ancient Egyptians, I think, were more in touch with their pineal gland, their spiritual sight, their knowing versus just relying on what's outside of us.
Yeah, takes skill.
Takes skill.
It does. Chris, are you still hearing reverberation? Andre, I see, took his earphones off.
Yeah, how about
Yeah,
now?
how about now?
I actually do hear
I actually do
myself
hear
through the
myself through the
speakers, so
speakers, so
it does seem like it's
it does seem like
repeating.
it's
But
repeating.
confirm, please.
Confirm, please.
I'll keep tinkering
Keep tinkering
behind the scenes.
behind the scenes.
Yeah. So noticing in me, yeah, this ongoing frustration with technology that should be consistent. That would be way better if it was consistent. Figuring that out. What is it that we want to say? We were just doing a short get resource today. Because Andre's going on a trip, I guess, to really practice being in the moment. Men's initiations. I can't wait to host more couples events where we get to sit with each other. And Chris, I know you know sweats and what it's like in the Native American traditions to sit with the intensity of heat that arises within our bodies and what it takes to breathe and just be with what is. And I know you always talk about, if we're thinking and we're always worried about the heat, it feels too intense. If we're just with it, our bodies seem to manage it, which is amazing. Our perception of reality has a really big place to play in how we perceive everything. And emotions as they arise, if we actually observe it, if we let it keep moving, it passes in 30 to 90 seconds.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Why is it
This is
so hard?
hard.
Why do we? Because we're asking for people to drop in and to process in the moment. Like where's the disconnect?
Where's the disconnect?
Pain. When we've done it before, we're ridiculed. Children do it naturally. 10 seconds later, they're fine. But often we're ridiculed. And then all that energy gets locked in the body because we're told not to allow it out. Deer in the wild shimmer and shake it off. Children cry it off, temper tantrum it off. And as adults, it's just not acceptable to do that. We haven't been taught that. Well, what we're taught is to show face, to have a mask, to have a mirror, to pretend to be something other than what we're feeling on the inside. And so the invitation is to start recognizing what we feel on the inside and translate it and speak it outside. And it's a harder practice than we've ever been taught or given credit for, because our culture doesn't do that. Sometimes we can sit in ourselves and go, "Oh, I'm feeling awkward," and that's it. We don't digest it. We don't speak it out loud. And the purpose of speaking it out loud is that most people feel the exact same way we do. And if we know that, we get to know ourselves and the human condition that we exist in. And then our judgments and diagnoses and labels that are quite profound and uh, given medications for only because we're judging our experience. And like you said, we're often fixing other people. We go on dates and we have to fix something about what their experience is. And the truth is we're really not broken. Um, and there's that whole saying that the mind is a terrible master, but a wonderful servant. And it needs to be the servant, like you said, dropping into here. Um, and of course, all the scientists at the Institute of Heart Math that talk about heart brainwave coherence know that they have to be in coherence, and the heart is a far more strong electromagnetic signal than the brain. But we haven't been taught. And of course, if you're in the military, in the war, if you're a soldier, if you've been taught you have to kill people, then you really don't want to feel that while you're doing it. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, CPT, I can't even say it, it has too many letters. Complex post-traumatic stress disorder is, to me, just going against our natural nature as a species. We're being taught to be killing agents. And that is not our way. And yeah, there's just a lot of brainwashing that goes towards creating soldiers in the world. And I believe these obnoxious no's in the world and this rage is going to eventually come to the point where we're going to be like, no, I am not going to war. I am not going to inflict violence against other people, no matter how much you tell me about what they've perceived to have done. And to stop believing the lies that we've been told. Because the more we feel into our own innate intelligence, the more we can see each other, the less we're willing to see each other as numbers, as customers to get money from.
Yeah.
As in the Second World War, all the prisoners were stamped. We all have birth certificates and numbers. The government doesn't see us as people either. So maybe empathy starts with being able to be in real contact with people in smaller numbers and smaller communities. I don't know. I'm going on a rampage and a diversion because I see you're distracted and I don't have you as a speaking companion today.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Travis for commenting and adding some flavor to the conversation. I'm still hearing myself, and I'm not sure what's going on.
Okay, I think next week before Friday, let's practice and figure out how to turn that off. For sure. Yeah. Christmas is coming up. Our themes in our Get Resource this month is about triggers as gifts, the stuff that we can learn from them. We're going to have a Triggers as Teachers workshop this month on the 15th at lunch. And I hope you all join us for. It'll be new and engaging. and we'll talk about some of the 12 days of Christmas and what that looks like in Triggerville. So hope to have you join us. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like this content. Yeah, we'll put some the 12. Oh yeah, we will be doing that. The 12 days of Christmas, my true love said to me. Whatever those might come to us. Anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll have
I
a
appreciate-
workshop. Oh, I interrupt you. Go ahead.
I appreciate you all being here today, and we will sort out our tech issues for next week and make sure that there's no reverberation so that we can get into the juiciness of the conversations that we have. And then we'll send you off, Dre, on your weekend retreat with all of the men. And that'll be very exciting. It's with Mankind Project that you're going to this weekend, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I am.
The New Warrior training adventure.
Yeah. Now there's all this. It sounds like you're underwater. It's a fun adventure, this tech stuff. All right.
That's right. But yeah, we're going to end it early. Because, it's going to be painful for you to hear my voice reverberate. And we'll get this sorted out. So I'm going to ask you to stick around as we end the stream afterwards so I can test the audio.
Okay.
Okay. Ciao, everyone.